Hi everyone! Today my family decided to go on a boat ride along Moscow River. We are now exiting metro and we found a really good map over here. So now we are trying to figure out where we are exactly and where we need to go for our boat ride. As we are near one of Moscow's famous parks, Zaryadye, we plan to spend some time in the park and then go and have a boat ride. This territory became a park only 4 years ago. Previously, we had a huge hotel here. But the most interesting thing is that in Middle Ages, this territory was surrounded by a fortress wall. This wall was destroyed in 19th century because people wanted to build more houses here in the center of Moscow, and now only some part of it are left. Well, this is a piece of wall that still remains, and now we want to walk around it and see it from another side, like to get on it and see what they have there today. Well, it turns out that they have a small exhibition here with different cannons from Middle Ages and other such weapons. So here we are at the park. First of all, we want to go and see a new bridge. As this place is in the middle of old Moscow, there are a lot of beautiful churches here. By the way, this bridge is very famous for its middle part that hangs over Moscow River. That's the place where we're gonna have to go to get on the boat. And yes, there are always a lot of tourists here, lots of people here taking photos. Our kids are a bit afraid of heights, so they feel comfortable standing here on the bridge. And me too, frankly speaking. So we already see a lot of boats on the river, and this is so cool. We are pretty much excited to get on our boat. But we still have about half an hour before our boat leaves, so we're gonna spend this time here in the park. Actually, there are quite a few museums here in the park where you can spend your time, but today we won't be visiting them. We will simply walk around and just enjoy the place itself. And I want to show you my favorite place for taking photos of the Moscow Kremlin, so let's go. This place does have a pretty nice atmosphere. The music is playing, but unfortunately I'll have to cut it out because of the copyright reasons. But anyway, it's really nice to come here on sunny days and just sit down somewhere on the bench and have a little picnic and relax. This park does have a lot of little nice cozy places. We found an ice cream machine here, and of course we had to stop and buy some ice cream for the kids. And by the way, this is one of the most famous types of ice cream that we have here in Russia. It's called ice cream in a glass. Well, because the beautifull cone does have a shape of a glass. We had this type of ice cream in Soviet Union. So this is, yeah, something really typical for Russian ice cream. Of course, kids choose to buy something weird, blue ice cream, but I tasted it and, well, it tastes just like the usual ice cream, only with colorings. Boys said that they are tired. I guess they're more bored than tired. I guess they simply want to go straight to the boat. You won't find the usual type of flowers and bushes that grow in the parks. People who built this park wanted to recreate different climate zones of Russia, so all the plants here are wild and all of them grow in different parts of our country. The view here is fantastic. So much space, so much fresh open air. This blue sky, huge sky above, and all those old churches. Well, I really like the energy here. We are approaching the highest place of the park, and yes, that's the place I was talking to you about, the one that has the best view on Kremlin. And yeah, it's one of the most popular places here to make photos. This house used to be a house of English merchants in Middle Ages, and now it's a museum. You can buy yourself a ticket and see it. Yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty interesting there. I've been there a couple of times. Enough of walking in the park for today. It's time for us to get on the pier and get on our boat. We are 10 minutes early, we still have to wait for our boat to come, and it is really crowded here. That's our tickets. We paid approximately 600 rubles per one ticket, but the prices are different for each trip, and if you buy tickets online, they are cheaper. The boarding itself took about 3 minutes or maybe even less, and now we are sailing off. The thing is that they have a lot of boat trips starting from this place, and you can choose the one for yourself that you like. They have longer boat trips, shorter ones. They have circle routes that will bring you back to the same place, and they have one-end trips as well. The trip that we chose was from Zaryadye Park to Moscow City. That's the business center of Moscow. The first thing that we're gonna pass is Zaryadye Park and this strange looking bridge. Yes, as you can see, its middle part actually stands out like this above the river, and it has no support underneath. Now this is really interesting. You've just seen that the helicopter took off from somewhere within the Kremlin walls. It definitely is someone really important. I don't know, maybe some person from the government, because usually helicopters are not allowed to fly above the territory of Moscow. We are approaching the Kremlin walls, and this is the famous St. Basil's Cathedral. By the way, Kremlin is a fortress, and it was built in the second half of 15th century by Italian architect Aristotle Fioravanti during the reign of our Russian Tsar Ivan III. So if you care about such information, here it is for you. And now we're passing its south wall. Okay, and this is the Cathedral of Christ the Savior, and it has a pretty long and pretty complicated story. We had a cathedral here looking almost exactly the same in 19th century, but then it was broken down during the Soviet times, and we had a huge swimming pool here. And in 1990s, the cathedral was rebuilt here again. This is the monument of our Tsar Peter I. He was known for building our Russian Navy, and that's why he stands there on a ship like this. And it was erected here in 1997 by Georgian sculptor Zaryadye. Actually, that sculptor likes to build a lot of giant things, and I can say that during the time that this statue was placed here, we had really rough discussions going on, because not everyone in Russia likes his works. So some people were against having this statue here in Moscow. And yes, it's really huge. It's 98 meters high, and the figure of Peter I is 18 meters. This building is a chocolate factory, Krasny Oktyabr. This year it celebrates its 170 years, and it's well known for producing the most famous Russian candies and chocolates. It's a working day today, but it's quite lively here on the river. We just caught up with two boats ahead of us. Oh, I really like the atmosphere on the boat. The music is playing and everybody is so relaxed. That's how our boat looks like. We are now sitting on the second floor. Like, actually, nobody wants to sit on the first one because there are windows. You can buy yourself some snacks here on the boat, some drinks. Oh, that's a nice boat that we are passing right now. I think it's a more expensive one that you can rent to be there all by yourself with your family and friends. This is a very interesting bridge. It's not only used by cars but also by metro, and there's actually a metro station on the bridge. So when you get off the train, you find yourself on the bridge. And we have a walking area on the both sides of the river here, something like a riverside park. There's a sports stadium to the right called Luzhniki. And now we are gonna pass right under the funicular, right under the cable car road. I can already see Moscow city buildings, but the river here takes a turn to the right, so we are not there yet. While I feel like I'm on a date with my husband, I cannot say that the kids are really having fun. I think they are quite bored already. But I think that it's a pretty necessary experience to have a boat ride like this at least once, to see your city from a different angle. That's a boat that cleans Moscow River from water plants. Frankly speaking, that's the first time that I see something like this. That's the building of Russian government. And this building to the left is Hotel Ukraine. We are approaching Moscow City, Moscow's business center, our final destination. What can I say about the trip? It took us about half an hour, and yes, I am totally satisfied. I loved it, and I would definitely advise you to go on a boat trip like this if you ever visit Moscow. It seems to me that we're the only people leaving the boat. The rest of the people probably are gonna go back to the park. And our plans is to go to the shopping mall, to do some shopping there, eat something there, and then go back home by metro. My kids found a railway model here. You simply have to put 100 rubles and then it will function. You push the buttons and the train goes around it, and the lights in the houses turn on, and even the mill starts spinning. This is so nice. On our way to metro, we suddenly saw a futuristic installation that looks pretty weird, and I suddenly remembered the movie Source Code because they had something really similar there. Now we are in a metro train, and the Moscow River is here again. Now we are passing it. We are on a bridge that we actually saw during our boat trip. And now we are back home again. Do you remember kids said that they were tired? Well, now they are running around. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you around in my next one, and bye bye.